Hi, this is Kane Hodder, better known as Jason from Friday the 13th, Victor Crowley from Hatchet. You are listening to Midnight at the Monster Museum. Keep listening, or I'll kill you.
This is Charles Band. You're listening to Midnight at the Monster Museum.
This is R.A. Mihailoff, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, and you're listening to Midnight at the Monster Museum.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Tom Devlin, and this is Midnight at the Monster Museum. I'm Tom. This over here is Jeff. We got producer Waleed. We have Chris from 1313 Effects in the house. And also, we have a very special guest who just happened to walk through the doors of the museum, which is why we are shooting live in the museum. So if Jeff gets some customers, we got to deal with it. But Alan Maxson is here. He's a creature performer. Some call him Alan Monster Maxson. I call him Alan Mouth Maxson because Alan, we've worked together several times, but one of the deals that he is the lips to the Ginger Dead Man, and that's
not the voice,
not the
puppeteer,
right?
Just the lips.
You never did the voice?
No.
Oh wow! I thought you did the
I'm
voice
just the mouth.
He's the voice actor. He's the not the voice actor. You're the mouth actor.
He's the non-voice actor.
Mouth. But also, Alan is going to be playing our big Blade coming up in Blade the Iron Cross.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: there will be a big Blade, not on screen, but he'll be shrunk down
That
to
would be cool though, like a
giant ghoulie,
size.
like a giant ghoulie of Blade.
That'd be awesome.
Make my.
Let's rewrite it.
Big Blade in
We did have Big Blade in the last movie.
the suit, it's gonna look better this time though.
The suit's gonna look better, and also there's we have a cameo of Big Blade in Ouija's. Yeah, that we just did.
And Tunneler.
Yeah, and Tunneler, Big
Nice.
Tunneler.
Yeah.
Jeff, for those of you who don't know, Jeff was Big Tunneler in Puppet Master Axis Termination.
That's a big fucking head.
The Big T, and he's also Big Tunneler. He reprised his role
Yeah, the big
in Night of the Ouija. Wow, you dirty bird. This guy, off color.
So putting that parental advisory
Here.
No, that's the one gone. I drop an F-bomb like 3 words in usually. If you don't know by then, tough shit.
Yeah. Geez, long gone.
So Alan's here hanging out. He shows up at the museum as a lot of badass monsters do, and
I walked in and I was like, why am I not in this museum?
you've never been to the museum? This is your first time.
You walked in and
Amazing.
you were in the museum. What the hell do you want?
The first thing I had to do was buy a shirt because this is an awesome museum.
I'm glad that you bought a shirt.
And an action figure.
No, Teen Wolf socks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, you bought the Teen Wolf socks. Those are badass.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so, Alan, tell us some of your favorite monsters you've portrayed. So tell us.
Well,
some
I'm most well known for the mouth.
The mouth of the cookie
Yeah,
mouth.
but we were talking about movies though, man.
So recently, the most well-known thing I'm known for is I do the motion capture for the right head of King Ghidorah in Godzilla King of the Monsters.
That movie's awesome.
So it's a digital character.
Yes.
And you do motion capture.
You didn't see it yet.
I have not seen it yet.
So good.
I know, we talked about this.
No, I know, but well, I just gotta say because it looks like a man in suit in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Despite the fact
As digital as it is,
Yeah,
it looks like
it looks
you
like-
can see us behind, especially
Yeah,
if you know
absolutely. You
the
can
3
totally see the
actors.
So it was three different people portrayed the heads.
Yeah, so if you guys Google search on YouTube, I don't even know if that's the correct terminology, Godzilla King of the Monsters behind the scenes, somebody leaked a video from us on set.
Oh, that's awesome.
And literally they took 3 actors, Mike the director, and said, You're the curious head, you're the alpha head, and you're the angry head.
Which one were you?
I'm the angry head.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
no, it's and you can see the personalities in each head. It's phenomenal.
That's awesome.
And he tied us together, and we filmed it. We filmed every fight you see in the movie, every stunt we did in real life. There was an actor who played Godzilla, and we battled him. We did everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you prefer motion capture over creature suit performing?
If you're listening and you're going to hire me for motion capture, I prefer motion capture. If you're hiring and you want to hire me for practical suits and prosthetics, I prefer practical suits and prosthetics.
We'll do separate edits. We'll do separate edits for you. So
Okay, so here's my question, because most of our listeners are fans. They're not hiring any of us.
I prefer practical.
You do prefer
Yes.
practical.
I'm curious though. The obvious. Well, I think the first time. Was it
Yes,
the first
he's having
time?
a seizure, everybody.
Is this the first time that you have worked in conjunction with other people?
As like a combo character?
Yeah.
No, I did one practical once where I was tied to a girl. It was like we're mutated like twins.
Uh-huh.
But that was very ghetto and not well done.
Oh, okay.
Now, but in this though, how different of an experience was it compared to like your normal? Because you're working as a team as opposed to just doing your own.
It was fun. Basically, we became brothers. Like now, we go to all these conventions together, and we just.
Is that something you had to talk out beforehand, or did you just kind of learn?
We all fell into it because we're so because like I said, we consider each other brothers now. It's because we fell into like kinship and friendship really quick.
Well, and the contentious relationship is part of the character too.
But also, all three of us play monsters all the time.
All the time. So you're all suit performers.
The left head, his slogan is, if you ever played a video game, you've killed him. He is a creature and he's
Every
been in
video.
100 video games.
Oh, okay.
The center head, he played.
I've never killed him.
You've never. Me neither.
I've never
killed him. Sorry, Richard.
Yeah, sorry, Rich.
But Jason, the center head, he played George in Rampage, the gorilla.
Oh, cool.
The Ryuk in Death Note. So like we're all used to being non-human characters. So we fell into being one non-human character very easily together.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Did you see Rampage?
I have not.
He's good in that.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Right.
you, so before this, did you do a lot of motion capture stuff? Like, were
I
you
did one motion capture before this.
before this?
I took a bunch of classes with Richard the Left Head.
Uh-huh.
He teaches at a school called the Mocat Vaults. And then before that, I think I did some sort of live demo thing at SIGGRAPH, which is like a technical convention. Then I took the classes, and then I did a pilot for a show called True Cats, which is basically like True Detective, but cats busting other cats for catnip and stuff. And then I did Godzilla.
Goddamn cat.
In the middle of like an interrogation, you cop off a furball or something.
I'm sure that's in there somewhere. I don't recall. But yeah, so I did one small thing, and then Godzilla was a very big first
elite.
motion capture.
That's very cool. And how did it come about? Was it an agent thing? Was it because you took classes with
I
Richard?
took those classes.
That's awesome.
On the Mocap Vaults page, they posted, "We're looking for creature actors," and so I put my reel on there, and my reel's all practical.
Yeah.
And then I got an email to my agent. I went in for a meeting. I met the director, Mike Daughtery, and he told me, "I'm interested in you because I want people who do practical suits at the heart of this monster."
That's awesome.
I'm curious, from the moment that you first heard about it and got the wheels turning, how confident were you going into it, and how long was the turnaround between the time that you...
I did not think I was going to book it at all because it's such a huge leap for me. Because I've done, as you know, a lot of
Low budget, indie
lower
stuff.
ender
Yeah.
things.
And your career hasn't been that long either, right?
Correct. I've been a creature performer professionally, with quotes, for about 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very quick to get
How
to
many
Godzilla.
monsters do you think you've played?
60, give or take.
60. And that's movies, television, commercials.
Commercials, music videos.
I'm curious too, because you were there the very first movie I ever worked on, Feast of Fear, which unfortunately has not seen the light of day.
Which it should.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. But I'm curious, where were you at that point in time?
How long ago was that?
That was a while. That was 4 years ago.
So I would have been like 2 years in on my...
So here's the thing. On Feast of Fear, I was there as well, and I actually don't even remember what... I think you played Felicia's monster.
Yeah, he was the straight jacket one with the hoses
Straight,
and stuff.
yeah. The Dr.
Satan guy.
Dr. Satan guy.
Yeah.
So how did you meet John Lachago and get on Feast of Fear?
So when I decided to take creature acting serious as a profession, I started going to everything I could for networking. And I went to this Long Beach filmmaker meetup thing. And it's a bunch of like super green, fresh out of college, like people are going to network with each other. And John Lachago was...
And then John, who's been out of college for like 20 years.
Guest speaker.
Oh, okay.
He was the guest speaker. And he was talking about all these monster movies did. And I went up to him and I was like, hey, I'm attempting to become a creature performer. I'd love to work with you. And he's like, have you done anything? I was like, I got a reel with like 2 or 3 things on it. And they were like student film stuff. And he was like, you know, do me a favor? Keep bugging me. And I was like, all right. So I would Facebook message him every now and then. And he'd be like, I don't have anything, but great to hear, man. And then just one day randomly, he's like, can you be on set tomorrow?
Yeah.
And now I've worked on like 5 Lachago projects.
Yeah.
Well, that was crazy because that was only, I take the first 4-week class. It was like 20 days after my first 4-week class, and that's why I hope it's released, because then my class project got
That was his
and
first
I got a great
movie, yeah.
picture. I'm gonna hopefully have Waleed put in the thing where it's you and my character standing side by side and stuff like that.
Yes.
That day. So,
Chris, did you were you on Feast of Fear?
I was not on
You weren't there.
The first movie
You
I
should have
did
been.
The first movie I did was Puppet Master.
Puppet Master.
First
Yeah,
one.
Alan was. I brought Alan on as an effects guy on Puppet Master Axis Termination.
All I did was hand it to him. It's like when you had the doctors and that scalpel. Tom would be like, blade, tongue harder, and I just hand it to him.
And then, yeah, but we were hoping that everybody would get a chance to puppeteer, and
But it wasn't a call for it.
we ended up doing the pickups, and you weren't available during the pickup.
but it was a good
But-
fucking session because even though we worked on Feast of Fear, I didn't really get to know you very well. And then on
And now we text all the time about Ghostbusters.
yeah, yeah, Godzilla. I remember that first time you were like, I got something really big coming to lay. You can't tell anybody. And I was like, yeah, totally, dude. And I was like, what is it? Well, I can't tell you. I'm like, well, he made me promise for like 10 minutes, and I said I would, and then he didn't tell me shit.
This NDA for Legendary is insane.
No, I understand, but it was just
big.
like, it's basically.
I actually got a phone call once from them.
So I did.
Well, basically, it was like, give me your word that I could trust you. Absolutely, give me your word.
I can't tell.
Seriously, I told you. Okay, yeah, I told you. Okay, just want to make sure.
It was a big deal. I did an episode of True Detective on season 3, and
So not True Cats.
No, not True Cats. And I made some feet, and it was very simple, life cast and make some feet. And I posted an Instagram video of the time lapse.
No.
I didn't care. Oh, here's some stuff I did. But within seconds, I had the department head call me. HBO's pissed. Take that off. You gotta get that off the. And I was just like, it was just a life cast, But there was,
crazy.
and I didn't sign an NDA. I don't know, nothing.
They
But
found it that fast.
they found it.
Yeah, they do. They have, because I spoke with the head of, PR or whatever she was, and they have a whole team.
Yeah, that follows social media.
They search every hashtag and tag and just words, and they have like gremlins in the binary code, just looking at everything.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I can imagine with Godzilla it would be that way.
Especially this film. It was the biggest film of the summer, right? I guess other than Avengers, maybe.
It's one of my favorite movies of the summer, truthfully.
Oh, hands down, that's no question.
No, man,
Anyone who wants to debate Avengers versus Godzilla can go.
I'm not gonna debate that because I love the. But I don't blow smoke. I don't blow smoke, dude, and I fucking love that movie, dude.
So-
Look at it.
I was gonna think of a witty thing to say about blowing smoke, but I don't have it.
I quit smoking.
But what I was gonna say is Jesus Christ, I lost it, man. I lost it. And now a word from our sponsors. Now for a word from our sponsors. By the way, while we're talking about sponsors, I just need to give a shout out and awesome thanks to Horrorbox once again. Check them out at Horrorbox on Instagram and horrorbox.com maybe. But they are awesome. It is a subscription-based box of goodies that you can get as a horror fan. Everything that comes in it is amazing. You get rare memorabilia, autographs, toys, whatever. It's very, very cool. So check out Horror Box. That being said, also, we are supported by Anchor, and Anchor has paid us like $6, so that's badass. And every little bit helps here at the Monster Museum. But what I was gonna say before that word from our sponsors, I remembered and then I forgot again. But yeah, man, I think that it's really cool to watch somebody that, like, A, you've been a crew member with us. B, I follow your career. You know a lot of my friends. And
literally,
and
you guys kind of started with, even though I started like a couple years before I met you.
Right.
That was the beginning of my career.
Yeah.
So you guys have watched the progression.
And to see you
and been a part of it.
To see you hit a big one, like, that's awesome, man. And something that Jeff speaks so highly of. I will watch the movie. And talking about watching the movie, we're going to bring back up the Godzilla-thon, because for our loyal listeners that heard back on episode 10 or so that we were going on and on about how I want to have a Godzilla-thon, I am going to actually start organizing this Godzilla-thon. We would like to strive to get in the Guinness Book of World Records, and I think this is going to be something cool, so stay tuned about the Godzilla-thon.
And so every Godzilla fan, because when I share this, I want you to listen. D-Man, this is for you, Big Bad Ben, and everybody else, Kaiju Transmission, Toho Kingdoms.
Hello.
Share this, because we need you guys to promote and come out for this Godzilla-thon. It'll be part of the Guinness Book of World Records.
And like, share, and subscribe Midnight at the Monster Museum, the greatest podcast out there. We have some customers that just came into the Monster Museum and they're staring at the screen. You Spider Gremlin from Gremlins 2. It's pretty awesome to see people react like that.
Right back.
Yeah, let's be right back. Can you hit that?
Yeah.
Well, we don't do that. We just make pretend like it didn't happen. Got it.
Well, maybe this time we won't pretend it didn't happen, because we just had badass customers come through, so we had to take a little pause. But we're back here with Alan Monster Mouth Maxson, and so here's the thing, man. Like, coming up in the new Blade: The Iron Cross movie that we're all doing together, you get the opportunity to portray a horror icon, even though it's never been a real human. Now, it was in the last movie. We did a big Blade character for a couple shots, but what do you plan on bringing to this to make it a memorable deal?
So, because I have training in movement and stunts and just physicality, what I'm going to do, what I've already started doing was, obviously my entire life, I've watched all these films a bunch of times. But as soon as John Lachago called me, I rewatched all of them with the intent of watching how the puppets move as puppets.
Yeah, because even though they're distinctly like alive, they seem alive. They move differently than
And
people.
so I started. It was funny because while Kaylee, my wife, was reading on the couch, Puppet Master's playing, and I'm walking around the apartment like a puppet, or how a puppet would walk.
Yeah.
And so I'm bringing to the table how it will match so seamlessly. You'll never be able to tell what's me and what's 1313 puppeteering.
Right.
And we are hoping we can even get to have enough time to do test shoots of after filming the puppets. We can study how these new puppets move.
Right.
Mixed with different frame rates, different movements that I can do, and like watch them back and study it and actually perfect it.
Yeah.
So it is a seamless blend, the way Jurassic Park did with animatronics and CG. We want to do the same with the suit and the puppets.
Right. Well, and the last movie when we did the Big Blade and we did Big Tunneler that Jeff played, the idea came to me from Cat's Eye. And in Cat's Eye, there's a
stuff so much.
Yeah,
they walk similar.
Yeah.
In that,
And
it's how Blade kind of walks.
They shot them big and made them small. And my plan was to do those test shoots and this and that. Well, as Full Moon things go, we got way out of time.
Well, not just that. A lot of time that we originally had was we got less than what we even thought we were going to have.
Right.
Even then.
And when we got on set and these guys put on these big heavy masks that I made rapid fat, like one weekend we made those full costumes. They weren't comfortable. They weren't easy to move in. It was hard to wear the heads. It was hard to. I mean, Jeff can attest for he was completely uncomfortable and could not breathe at all. You know.
And it would have been good to have some kind of rehearsal too, because it was just like we had.
But the long and short is we needed.
Do I hear turtle power in the background?
Hell yeah, you do. The long and short is we needed a super performer whose career is to be uncomfortable.
That's exactly what exactly what I told him though. Is I says aside from the uncomfortability, I says somebody that has studied, in movement and knows how to do these things too.
And it's also a matter of knowing what it's like to be the puppeteer. And I've held these puppets, and I've done some puppeteering on other things as well. So I understand the way it would move and why and where that motivation would come from.
Right.
And there's certain things I noticed, like I'm not going to give all my trade secrets away.
Right.
But one thing I did notice when studying it was how they land when they jump off of counters and tables.
Right.
They have a very particular bounce where they're like...
That's because a lot of it is reverse. We shoot it in reverse.
And so like there's this particular style, and even if I don't jump in the scene, that could be something that would get me into it to now I feel like Blade, and then I can move with however it needs to be.
Right. Well, I'm excited to have somebody who can bear wearing the head for the longer than the take, because that was really an issue. Is like it'd be like
cast me, so it's gonna fit perfect.
Yeah, and that's.
I gotta say, it wasn't the heat, man. I was breathing carbon dioxide, and I had lack of oxygen.
No, that's the thing. And I'm not even just talking about you, but the thing.
Jeff, why can't you wear it better?
It's really no different than Peter as Weed Wolf. Okay, we put the head on. Get him shot. Get him shot. Get him shot. Get him shot. All right, take the head off. Take the head off, because he's uncomfortable. He's like, you told me you get zen. You're good being trapped.
Well, you also have to too. There's a lot of shoots where you're on where they'll say, "Do you want to take a break? Do you want me to?"
I'm down at the Maxson Museum. It is not.
I love this song. I have it on cassette.
And just so you know that is not a museum. What's Dinosaur Adventure? It's a micro theme park. Yeah. Is that all? Do you have any other questions? I guess they're gone.
So all in a day's work. So no, I'm excited to have somebody who I say suffers or is torturous or whatever, but it's not torturous for somebody who uses that as motivation to be the character.
And I actually enjoyed being in it. And the thing that I guess I was going to say before that terrible customer called with dumb questions was...
That wasn't a bad dumb question. Don't make me defend the customer. I don't like that. I mean, it was a lovely experience.
I actually don't want to take stuff out. Like, there'll be times where they'll be like, "Oh, we got 20 minutes.
Do you want to get out of it?
Do you want to get out of it for a bit?" And I'll say no because I'm comfortable now. But if you take it out, I got to get used to it again.
Yeah.
Same with contacts. A lot of people want to pop the scleros out, and I'm like, just leave them in, give me more eye drops, lube it up. I'm good. Just let me sit and relax.
Yeah.
But if you keep taking it in and out, then it's like torture. Just stay in it. Stay relaxed, sit down, close your eyes, breathe,
so
nap.
You mentioned the scleros and the contacts and being covered in makeup, along with being a creature performer, and you are more of a creature performer than a natural regular face actor.
Correct. My face is not as good looking as the creatures that you guys sculpt.
An improvement.
So, but which is a neat little niche. But you also have dabbled in directing, and you just finished a project. You want to talk about that project?
Yes. So, for the people that do know, I made a very terrible B movie in 2016.
Wait. It's a great B movie.
It's
terrible.
It's charmed.
It's terribly great.
It's terribly great. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, much of that's deliberate, though. So
100% deliberate.
So
yes.
I don't see.
Well, the preface is because since then I've had a number of people talk to me as if, "Oh, you make bad B movies, cool," as if that's what I'm going to be known for. So I set out to make a movie that's not a bad B movie to show, hey, I can also do something that is genuine and
If I
attempted
could
to
say
be
though,
real.
Because you're a fan of this stuff, I gotta say that I don't know why that's treated like a derogatory comment.
Yeah, I hate it, man. That's my whole
I
career.
agree.
Like,
and
and
I want
I,
to show I can do both.
I will actually.
I mean, it's not like we don't know exactly what we're making, and that we're not trying to make exactly what's being made. You know?
Yeah. No, I mean the thing is I'm the king of crap movies. And if it was a pretty shitty, weird, junky movie, I might have worked on it. You know, there's a good chance I did.
All of us probably.
Yeah.
and that's the only why I noted that, because you know, that was a direct target of what you were attempting to do. You know,
100%. I set out to do that for the.
So you made a good B movie, not a bad B movie.
Correct, and I did on purpose because I knew I only could donate $1,000 to make this movie. You can't make an actual good movie for that. So I
Bullshit.
I leaned in heavily to the B
entertainment
movie.
value is, you know,
Correct.
absolutely.
So the new one I made is called Patina. It's a 10-minute short, and I won't spoil anything, but a man brings a robot home into the house.
And you play the robot as well as directing it.
Correct.
We can let the, I mean, if there's a problem.
Wait, you're talking to Captain Spoiler here.
Yeah, don't spoil it, Jeff.
Well, I'm saying it's,
No, you can't.
We've seen it. And
No.
We have both Jeff and I have seen it.
Dude, it's good. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's 100% best. What do you give it on Hypno Swirls?
Yeah. I'll break it 6.
What?
He broke it for you?
What?
Yeah, I've never broken.
He doesn't break.
I'm not breaking it.
He doesn't break. He didn't break on Godzilla. He doesn't.
That was different. It's not.
Oh, that, yeah.
Wow.
I won 11 on that scale.
Yeah, you did. You did. This is crazy.
The Hypnoswirls.
I've argued with Jeff over movies many times.
As we all.
And he's very opinionated.
Yeah, and I was being
And he won't
straight up.
lie.
I was
He
being
will not
straight up.
lie. Yes.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't blow smoke. He don't blow smoke.
So without
Especially not about my movies.
spoiling the ending, the part, tell the audience what it's about and why you liked it.
Dude brings home a robot.
And then the girl goes, "What's that?"
What does the guy say?
A robot. but my favorite part about that, and I thought about it the whole movie, was like, without the robot being alive and automated, he moves it into the house, and she's standing one room away and looks over and goes, "Oh, what's that?" But there was no like, "What the fuck? You're bringing a robot in." It was. I loved it, and it's
phenomenal. It was phenomenal, and because I've been watching your stuff on Instagram and stuff like that. I've been curious about what it was, and so honestly, I didn't have a necessarily expectation, but if I was to have one, it exceeded what I thought it was going to be.
Awesome.
Truthfully,
Thank you.
What I can say about it is, it felt like an amalgamation, if that's a word I just made up.
Well, I'll pretend it is.
Okay, amalgamation of
hello, how can I help you?
early Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Twilight Zone.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that is
Heavy Twilight Zone, the way that my intentions were with just the story.
Yeah.
It's very twisty.
yeah.
I'm doing air quotes you can't see.
Yes. Those are air quotes for the word twist.
E.
E.
Are you
But
agreeing Jonathan Davis right now?
twist. Twisty, twist. Twisty.
Anything out here and inside?
Sorry, Jess with customers, so we're just going to hold up for a minute.
Thank you.
Enjoy. What it reminds me of is I've been watching Amazing Stories lately, actually.
Like a show called that, or just
The
stories that
TV
are
show,
amazing?
Amazing Stories. Did you ever watch that show? It was the 80s? It was a Steven Spielberg created
Oh,
show.
really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And like
I'll
Mick
check
Garris was involved.
Yeah.
A big name. Even Scorsese directed an episode.
Well, shit the bed.
It's really good.
And it reminded me of that, honestly, because there's
6 out of 5.
yeah.
That's see. Here's the thing. I break the scale.
all the time. He broke it first episode, and I made a big deal about it. I said, "You don't set the scale and break it the first day, man. What's wrong with you?"
I do what I want.
You save it.
It's
You save
my
it.
show.
You save it for what?
It was my scale.
And-
it was for those freaking Monster Squad.
It wasn't Monster Squad yet.
No. I said Monster Squad would be like a 14, and then I did break the scale.
I said if it was Monster Squad, I would understand.
Ah.
It wasn't Monster Squad.
It's Silver Bullet.
It was Silver Bullet. And Gary Busey, Corey Haim.
Whoa, watch it with your Gary Busey.
So
He does like helmets.
for 11 episodes, I would not break the scale, and I gave him shit for it every time.
And I break it every day.
So what's your scale for patina?
For patina, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Out of 5?
5 out of 5.
I'll take it.
And the reason that I'm not breaking the scale is
To be a
First-
contrarian ass.
no. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I hate short films, and this is a known.
No, you've said that before.
This is a known thing.
Yes.
I hate short films. For your, what'd you spend on it? I don't want. You don't need to say, but for
Ish.
Okay, so I'd have gone and made a feature film of patina, and I think you can. You don't have to pay for post. You don't have to pay for sound. You don't have to pay for. You have all these qualities as a filmmaker.
Yep.
You don't need to pay a creature suit performer to suffer.
I saved money on one actor, a director, a producer, and an editor.
Right.
And sound design.
And I think, to me, you could have, and you still could do some of this. You could have made a feature film of patina, and I think it's a perfect time.
film gonna be, though?
And what's that?
What was our fan film going to be?
What was our fan?
Are you doing a patina fan film?
No, what was our fan film going to be?
Our fan film. That's why I never made it. It was a short. I don't
I
like.
told you about yesterday.
Yeah, fuck shorts.
Oh, with Toxic.
Toxic, yeah, Maniac Cop, and then
Turtles and all.
Sure, it's a short. Yeah. Anyway, what are you gonna do with it? That's the thing. So here's my thing: you could either A, lengthen it into a
I'll
feature
tell you what I'm doing,
film,
Mike.
or B, you could turn it into an
Well, let's ask
anthology.
him, what
You
is
could
he
do
gonna
it. You could turn it into an anthology, add 3 more $1,000 short films or whatever you want to spend on them, and then make something really tight. You know.
That's what he's doing.
I feel like someone who doesn't like short films but likes anthologies is like lying to themselves.
No.
Because
No,
a bunch of short
No.
Isn't that kind of
Because
like what goes on the
Creep Show is not a bunch of short films that don't make sense together. Creep Show is tied together. The problem there is an anthology mega thing happening now where people are so gung ho
put shit
and they just
together.
put it together. 60 Seconds of Fear, and it's like 360-second movies that don't make. They're not tied together. Oh fuck that zipper mouth. They're not tied together. But when you have something like Creep Show or something like Tales from the Dark Side,
It works.
and it's tied together and grounded in the same storytelling, it's a feature film. It's not bullshit. And I loved patina, and I'm a little jealous that I wasn't a part of it. I am.
I'm sorry.
But that's okay.
That's how you're on most things.
The thing is it's not like, oh man, he didn't call me. It's like, man, that was fucking cool.
wanted to be part of it,
That's
yes.
cool.
Yes.
But as a short film, I'd rather be a part of the feature.
Well, what if it's a part of an anthology? What's his big
Let's.
plan?
What are you going to do with? I know where you're premiering it, but like, you can talk. What do you plan
So
on
it's
doing?
not locked in yet, so let's not mention the premiere.
Right. That's why I'm not.
We'll wait
Yeah.
for that. But I want to use it to, since now I've proved that I can make a film that's not just a bad movie, I want to have this to pitch to make backers give me 30 to 200,000, whatever.
So kind of like a proof of concept?
So I can make a bigger, good feature.
But would you make that bigger good feature patina?
Nah,
Or-
patina's done.
See, that's the
It's just like a
problem.
one-off.
Yeah.
No, well, I understand that though, because even though I understand what you're saying, in my opinion, the story that's being told in that is suited for a short film because
It is.
It
It leads up to
Which-
just one.
Which is
line, basically.
why it could work. It could work for an anthology because you can have something that.
might you do that?
So I will tell you one tidbit
Sorry.
about Patina. Patina is connected universe to Christmas with Cookie.
How so?
When the boyfriend is on the phone with the girlfriend, when he says, "Hold on a second," you hear quietly in the
When it's in
background.
the work. Oh.
He's working. He works at a news station, and you hear his boss saying, "Hey John, we got a new story.
He's
Something
gotta
about
go.
revenge on Santa. I don't know. Please get off the phone."
I didn't.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I didn't catch that.
So that right there,
It's a connected universe.
you could connect even just through the news you know, through the news station.
It could be.
And you, oh, so here it comes, here it comes. So here's the thing. You can come in on the opening instead of like Creep Show where it would be the comic books, you have the news flash. You know,
and it's that scene on camera.
Exactly. And then basically all the people in the newsroom's life are going to shit, and this is why.
That's
and
true.
Oh man, there's feature film aspects to it. I love it. What'd you guys think?
Good, man. Yeah, real good.
Awesome.
What was the name of the dude in Halloween? What? It's not Jason. It's not Freddy.
Michael Myers.
Myers. Right?
Yeah. We had the original Michael Myers.
I couldn't think of it.
We had the original Michael Myers. Tony Moran came out here and signed autographs. Yeah. So, with my distaste and my attitude about short films, what I do like about short films is sometimes you see an inkling or a gem of something in a director to come, you know, because it's usually an early work.
Because who does shorts when you're already at the top?
Well, not many, you know. And my point is,
no money in them.
there's no future in a short film for the most part. That's why I like anthologies. I like series. I like a TV series. If you're gonna take a 10-minute thing, make another one, string them together and call it something.
Yep.
But that's just my completionist weirdness. But what I loved about your movie, and I would tip the scales and kick it out the door, is the sound design and the look of it overall. I am a huge advocate for shooting in 24p, and I could tell that it looked film-like to me. Even though the quality is so high like digital, it looked like film, and I love 24p, and that's something you shot somewhere around there, right?
It was 2398, which is
the closest to 24.
24 is actually 2398. We just round up when we talk about it.
Production, though, is very polished.
Right, and that's because when you're looking at it through color correction, you're looking at it 24p, and the sound design was incredible. And my wife was a sound designer for years, and it's a super picky thing. Our second film, Gould Creek, they did
Creek?
Yeah.
I want to see all of her movies.
They did the sound mix when we went on vacation to Hawaii without us, and I came back and utter disappointment.
Oh.
It's terrible. I made effects. I have silicone head with gold rocks stuck in the guy's skin, right? And they're trying to pry him out with a switchblade, and they added a squishy sound. They go, and it should have been metal on rock, like.
Yeah.
It would have sold the effect, the movement of the silicone, but now it looks like silicone because it's squishy. But yours, that foam latex looks like metal because it's.
And also, she painted some awesome rust on it.
Oh yeah, the rust was
cool.
cool.
It makes it look
patina.
Some patina, yeah.
Yeah.
patina.
Yeah, very cool.
I can totally see it right here.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, I saw the bronze. But yeah, I think patina's awesome. I can't wait to see what you have next.
Thank you.
And you know,
it'll be a good one. The next one.
I'm excited. I think.
Me too. That's why I'm taking my time with it because it's gonna be good.
That's the way to do it.
You did all the sound yourself and everything, yeah. Yeah. Like, how'd you get all those sound effects?
For the audience, it's called Foley.
Yeah.
The best way to describe it is Google a documentary of Ben Burt from Star Wars and Jurassic Park. And that's what I did. I basically took things, metal items and different servos and just items around.
You did it old school because, like, a lot of times nowadays they just have like a catalog of packaged
a sound library.
I recorded them all myself. I set up a mic and I grinded
which
metal
is the right way
and moved it according to how it needed to be for each movement.
Being a canned
and
sound.
when you eventually see this movie, if you watch close enough, every little movement has a sound. Even if I move my eyes before my head, you hear a different sound for the eyes. And when I blink, there's a shut and a fling back open sound.
Yeah.
And he only blinks to answer questions, which if you watch it again, you'll notice not everyone catches that at the
That's
first
cool.
time.
Very cool.
But yeah, every little movement he does has a sound.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I loved it. I like the thought and care that went into it.
Thank you.
I just...
You know why I wrote that? I booked a job as a robot for the director of Stand Against Evil, and I knew that would be an awesome job and a great gig, but jury duty refused to let me go.
Oh!
And so I was like, fuck it. I'm still making a robot. Like the one that I booked for that was a very different robot.
Yeah.
But I wanted a robot still.
Yeah, robots, man. Robots are the answer.
So I wrote my own.
We just talked about robots the other day on another podcast.
I love robots.
Yeah.
So
You hate Terminator 3, right? The effects in that are the least favorite of any movie you've ever seen.
that's not true at all. I actually kind of have a weird.
There's a dummy of Arnold in it that you were earlier telling me is that you think one of the worst body casts.
None of that is true. And I thought the female Terminator was badass.
She was badass.
And I thought.
You want to talk about powerful female characters?
Yeah, I love Terminator 3. I love the fight scene between her and Terminator, and I don't know. I think it's great, and I might have worked on it.
He made that prosthetic. That's why I said that.
It was a dummy body that I made. It was weighted, and it smashed her building. They covered a lot of it with CG, but I don't care because I was there. And
now I'm honored because eventually my face will be next to Arnold's face in Tom's shop.
yeah, we will put.
You won't be able to tell us apart.
No, they'll look exactly the same. So
We didn't talk too much about that.
about what?
The life
cast. So we just life cast Alan, and
I thought we were playing this as if this was...
No.
Jeff just pulled out the cat out of the bag. Alan sauntered into the Monster Museum after he left 1313 Effects.
That's true.
From getting life cast, and
Now we just seem like liars.
we're not liars. We are just holding back information for dramatic effect. So, I mean, you've been life cast, so what's it like going under the goo? What do you
Under the goo.
What do you think about going under the goo?
Tom and Chris are the best life casters I've ever had.
Gentle.
They're so amazing. So quick, so fast. It was awesome. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. It's relaxing under there.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
like getting a facial massage.
It's super cool. I always feel like I'm gonna fall asleep.
Same here.
Yeah.
Yep, every time.
Yeah.
Speaking of massages,
I think Jeff was trying to get Waleed to give him a shoulder rub.
Weird.
no. That's all. No.
So,
Don't worry about it. That's like talking about Frosky. Ain't nobody actually gonna know.
so here's the thing. We usually do a Waleed top 3 at the end of every episode, but because we have you here, I'd like to throw that to a Alan top 3.
Okay.
And being that you're a creature suit performer, outside of your own body of work, what are your 3 favorite creature suits ever performed practically?
Oh, you're going to make me pick 3, huh? See, it changes. It changes depending on my mood.
Yeah, this is a difficult task.
I know.
I'm glad you have to do it this time.
Okay, we're going to go Caesar from Conquest for the Planet of the Apes.
Heck yeah.
Ooh. Okay, we'll do Robert Englund, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
Wow. I'm almost tempted to say... Oh man, you're making me pick! Only 3. I'm gonna be forever known for this.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if list of 3 is hard.
Now
It's hard.
then I'm gonna want to change it tomorrow.
That's okay. It's just how you feel
Right now, as you're standing here.
Subject to change.
Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
We talked about Greystoke the other day.
Oh, yeah. Great. Oh, as a chimper or an ape, you need to watch Greystoke.
Okay.
Tarzan movie with Christopher Lambert as Tarzan.
And Rick Baker's first ape makeups that mattered. Like, he
You
created
can't name these things and make me not change. All of Rick Baker's apes.
He created the chin bar, mouth movements, and the extended fingers for Greystoke. Probably late 70s, early 80s. Awesome movie.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's really great.
Greystoke.
Yeah, late 70s.
It's a great movie.
Wait, is it scary?
Terrifying.
No, it's not. It's not a haunted house. It is a museum. And guys, if you don't mind, we're doing a podcast, so you might have that question in the podcast.
Which is why I said that.
So.
Normally I would never say that.
Are you afraid of jump scares?
You want me to be?
There's not.
Because I'll go hide in there.
It's just to show art. Is what it is.
It is a museum. It's a educational.
That they've had before. Look, a bunch of masks and cool things, man. No worries.
This guy is
No, he played Ghidorah.
he's that head right there on that shirt.
With motion capture.
Really?
Yeah, that's
he's your biggest fan.
he's the left head of
Thank you.
Ghidorah.
Right.
The right hand.
Whatever, I don't know.
Camera left. Camera left. Regular right.
Can you take a picture?
Sure.
He's not going to understand because left head's completely to the right.
Yeah, get in here. Do you guys want to be monsters with me? We're gonna growl, okay? Yeah. You ready? That's great.
That's awesome, man. I trained him myself.
If you guys had got here yesterday, we had Leatherface here yesterday.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Texas Chainsaw 3.
So he was here from what, 12 to 4?
Yeah. You know, he actually hung around all day.
Well, he started earlier than noon.
Yeah.
He was more like
The crazy thing is every time we do one of those signings, we have random people walk in that don't know about it but recognize. And it happened again last night. Every time it's like, oh wait, you're Leatherface. You know? So it's pretty good.
Look around, definitely check out the Gremlins, the real one from Gremlins Studio Badge. You're welcome to take photos of that and anything when you see them. It's going to be yourself doors whenever you're ready. Don't need to tell me. Just push through there and just no flash.
No flash. Okay. Is that a real gremlin?
That is the real Gremlin.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. You gotta behave, man.
Have fun, guys. Thanks, man.
Awesome.
Enjoy.
Hey, if you really get scared, Chris.
King Ghidorah.
What I love is being
You reminded me that you're recording.
What I love is that at the Monster Museum, when I have patrons walk in like that, and I can be like, "Hey, this guy, he's in Godzilla." It's awesome because it makes their whole experience. They're gonna remember that forever, you know.
Yes, it will.
So that's awesome.
Oh, did you record our picture session?
I did.
Those kids were so excited. You can't see it in this audio, but
Oh, that's great. So
That's the one that gave you the finger.
yeah, that was weird. Jesse's days get away with everything.
so I am gonna wrap this one up.
I know you can rap.
Yeah.
What song you can do?
Heroes, the Turtles 4. This day and age, who could ask for more? Crime waves was high and muggings mysterious. All police and detectives are furious because they can't find the source of this totally evil force. I like Ninja Rap too.
I know!
Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello make up the team with one other fellow, Raphael. He's the leader of the group transformed from the norm by the nuclear goop.
I've done awesomeness by starting this.
I rap. I rap a lot. You know what? I'm going to sing you a rap that I wrote when I was
Please.
8 years old.
Awesome.
Two my and I is walking down the street, hopping to the sound that can't be beat. That's it. That's all I know.
It's great.
Tumai was Tommy. That was my name. Tumai. T-O-M-M-O. Yeah. I wanted to be a rapper for a minute.
Did you know he actually got to see the Derek Mears Swamp Thing costume?
Oh, that's cool. Very awesome.
I did.
Yeah, you know what? We've never talked about how Swamp Thing was canceled, but we used to speak very highly of the show when it came on.
But we don't know anything.
But it's just it's a sad thing, and hopefully something will happen. There's all kinds of uproar about it, so we'll see what happens in the future. But maybe one day we'll get Derek out here and we can talk to him about it. I don't know. But
Poke it up.
with that being said, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm Tom Devlin. That's producer Waleed. Chris 1313 Effects over here. We got Alan Monster, Maxson, and Jeff. So see you guys next time.